Hello dear student, this is Neelam Joshi, Assistant Professor in Department of Computer Science and Engineering, and as I am taking your cloud computing subject and the subject code is MCA 503. So in the context of this subject, my today's lecture is based on types of cloud, or in other word it is also known as deployment of cloud technologies. Here are the outlines which we are covering in today's video lecture, in which we will discuss about prerequisites of topics, then problem objective, and we will discuss about what is the means of cloud in cloud computing and various types of cloud in the form of public cloud, private cloud, hybrid cloud and community cloud. And also we will discuss some key properties included in the cloud computing methodology, and then learning outcomes and references. Okay, now moving ahead, prerequisites of topic. So as you all know that the pre-requirement before learning this topic is only based on the method of how can we deal with cloud computing and what is actually the cloud computing means. uh, as you all know that in computer science engineering, cloud computing is very important factor, because cloud computing is just started from the beginning of the technology, but still it is not defined that what is the actually and exactly the cloud is. So here it is very difficult to say that what is cloud computing, but the most important about cloud computing as it is just the technique which is used to delivery of computing services like servers, storage, and moreover the internet. So the companies that offer these computing services, which are called cloud providers, and they charge for cloud computing services based on uses. So on the basis of this factor, we will just describe cloud computing as cloud computing and internet based computing, where software, shared resources and information are served to devices such as computers, electricity grid, etc. And we can say that in this, the detail about how the work is getting done is hidden from its users. Okay, and it describes a new consumption delivery and supplement model for IT services, so that it is just represented in a form, and it is a kind of byproduct that provided access to remote sites accessible through internet. So you should have knowledge about these features of cloud computing before learning about types of cloud, as well as you should have knowledge about why we need cloud computing storage. As I already told you that the company serves the services of cloud computing on the pay per user basis, and cloud computing allows consumer and businesses to use applications without installation and access their personal files at any computer with internet access. So for accessing and storing these types of files and services, we need some area, because in our computer the area and the space is not so much enough to store each and everything which is related with our working environment, and for also some other purposes. So here cloud services is offered that type of storage, so that we can easily maintain our big amount of data. So you should have knowledge about how this storage in cloud computing is managed. Okay, here are the problem objective of today's video lecture. So my today's video lecture is just based on the introduction of cloud, and we will discuss about various types of deployment on the basis of their advantages and disadvantages, and also we will understand that how all the cloud methods differ from each other. Okay, Now moving ahead, defining a cloud means what is the means of cloud? Here, the term cloud has historically been used in the telecommunication industry as an abstraction of the network in the system diagram. Basically, the cloud computing is a word which is made of the combination of two individual words. The first one is cloud and the second one is computing. Okay, so cloud itself is a set of hardware, network, storage and interfaces that enables the delivery of computing as a service. So cloud services include the software, infrastructure and storage over the internet based on computers demand. And the cloud in the cloud computing provides the means through which everything from computer power to computing infrastructure, business processes to personal collaboration can be delivered to as a service wherever and whenever we need. Okay, as well as here I also discuss about computing. What is the means of computing here? So computing is just the study of how computers and computer system work and how they are constructed and programmed. So basically computing is just a discipline like mathematics or physics that explore foundation principles and idea. Okay, so computing is all about the change, and our application and documents are going to move from desktop into the cloud. So here we need cloud, and in cloud computing where application and files are hosted on a cloud consisting of thousands of computers and servers and all linked together and accessible by the internet. So for this purpose we need specific types of cloud so that they can perform their work in a separatable manner. Okay, and the word cloud has a lot of participant like we can say that cloud include the term which is generally used in the form of end user. Means here the end user doesn't really have to know anything about the underlying technology. Okay, and in cloud we will also use the term business management. What is the means of business management? In business management, it needs to take responsibility of overall governance of data or services which are lying on the cloud, and cloud service provider must provide guaranteed service level and security to all their constitute. And cloud is also used the term cloud service provider. In my today's video we will generally show this term cloud service provider in my all types of cloud. So here cloud service provider is basically responsible for information technology assets and maintenance. Okay, and next term we used in the context of cloud is vendor. Vendor is basically who, or we can say that it is a person that provide the applications and enabling technologies, infrastructures, hardware and integration. Okay, and we also use partners is used when vendors that are creating cloud services offering and providing support services to users, then this is generally created in the form of partners. And also we use a specific term which is known as business leaders. Basically these are those who are either using or evaluating various types of cloud computing offering. So in this way we are just describing that how cloud is having a lot of participants so that it provide services in a better way. Okay, and cloud refer to servers that are accessed over the internet. Now moving ahead, types of cloud, and sometime you can notice it in the form of cloud deployment. As the term cloud often gives cloud computing a somewhat mystical connotation, and in reality it isn't all that different from traditional computing architecture, and cloud computing still relies upon the same physical server hardware that form the backbone of any computer network. So basically here the difference is that cloud architecture make the processing power and storage capacity of that hardware available over the internet, and this allows cloud provider to use servers distributed around the world to form a consolidated powerful computing network that can be accessed from any internet connection. So for this purpose, the cloud come in different forms, in the form of public, private, hybrid, community cloud, and it depending on the type of data we are working with, and we will want to compare in the form of public, private, hybrid and community cloud in terms of different level of security and management required. Okay, so here you can see in this diagram the main and important cloud deployment and types of cloud is divided into four categories. The first one is a public cloud, and here this public cloud is basically based on the concept in which whole computing infrastructure is located on the premises of company that offers the cloud services. Okay, we will discuss in detail in my coming slide, okay, what is the actually means of public cloud. Here I am just defining the definitions of these four clouds. Okay, and whenever we talk about private cloud, then here it is based on the concept where hosting all computing infrastructure yourself and it is not shared. And whenever we talk about community cloud, then it is shared between organization. Just here the means is shared, and I think something is missing here, so just keep this thing in mind that it is shared is written here. Okay, and shared between organization with a common goal or that fit into a specific community. And whenever we talk about hybrid cloud, then it use both public and private cloud depending on their purposes. So we can say that here the different clouds in cloud computing and the differences between these clouds of cloud computings, and how can determine the right cloud path for organizations. These types of fundamental issues is considered to each to help with the decision making process. So by using this decision making process, we will just define and differentiate these whole types of clouds. And with cloud computing technology, large pools of resources can be connected through private or public network, and this technology simplifies infrastructure planning and provides dynamically scalable infrastructures for cloud based application, data and file storage. So for better understanding that about these cloud, that how they will actually work, we will just discuss in detail with the pros and cons of each one in coming slides. So the first one is public cloud. Here you can see the infrastructure, and we can say that how the public cloud is connected with various types of entities. So you can see in this diagram that here it is represented as a cloud service provider which provided the facility and services to the public platform, and these services is basically serve as a client pieces, some specific enterprises, like here it is represented as enterprise A and it is as enterprise B. Then it is represented here as a user C. User means what? User means we all. So we can access these services by providing any type of cloud service provider on the public platform. Okay, here The public cloud infrastructure is just a provision for open use by the general public, and it may be owned, managed, and operated by a business, academics, or government organization, or some combinations of them, and it exists on the premises of a cloud provider. You can see here in this diagram. Okay, so basically we can say that here generally public cloud service provider, in real life we can say that Amazon, Microsoft, Google own, these whole having a public cloud service providers, and here it operates on the infrastructure and offer access over the internet. We also feel in real life that how the Amazon and Google provided so many type of services so that we can share these services with anyone and everyone. Okay, but here in this model, just remember the thing, that means there no visibility or control is provided for the user over where the infrastructure is located. And it is important to note that all the customer or public cloud share the same infrastructure pool with limited configuration, security protection, and availability of variances. So we can say that the public cloud customer benefits from economics of scale because infrastructure costs are spread across all users, who allowing each individual client to operate on a low cost pay as you go model. Pay as you go means what? How much you pay, you can access the services. So here we can say that the advantage of public cloud infrastructure is that they are typically larger in scale than in-house enterprises cloud, which provide clients with a seamless and on-demand scalability. And public cloud is basically used by several types of organization, because here uh, standardized workload for applications is used by a lots of people, such as in the form of emails, and here we need to test and develop applications codes, and we need here incremental capacity, the ability to add computer capacity for a peak time. So by using public cloud, we can say that it is one in which the services and infrastructure are provided offsite over the internet. Okay, so in this way we are just defining how the public cloud is maintained. Now here are some advantages and disadvantages of using public cloud method. Whenever we talk about the advantage of this technique, so it is least expensive. Means here having a public cloud services in place, organization can trim their IT budget because they do not have to purchase physical hardware, which also saves on energy cost as the servers are virtual hosted at a third party. Okay, so basically the model is based on pay as you go model. So public cloud is hosted by a third party, and the organization does not need to spend money to have an IT employee monitor the system. It is taken care of the host, sorry, by the host. And the second advantage is reduced time. As we know that here in-house servers is available, which take time to maintain. But if we talk about hardware and software configuration, then there is no need to be changed, or if server crashes or needs to be restarted, the process, which can often takes a couple of hours or couple of days depending on the situation. Okay, so here we can say that with the public cloud service, because everything is virtualized, reconfiguring the cloud can take minute. And it also because the servers are hosted in the cloud, if one server fails, another can instantly be activated, reducing downtime. So in this way we can say that public cloud offer reduced time facility. Next one is provide large scalability. The means is that here It provides large scalability for our business needs by enabling us to allocate as many as server and storage instances whenever needed. Okay, and if we talk about the next advantage, which is no contract, the means is that here, along with the pay as you go model, there are no long term commitments. Once our monthly or yearly subscription is over, we are under no obligation to continue our public cloud services. Now, some disadvantages are also provided here in the form of security, network latency and lack of investment. So here the first one is security. Means security can be a concern and there is always the risk of data being compromised, because here security is the major issues in each and every aspects whenever we are just providing any services to anyone, and also we are accepting services from anywhere. Okay, so here it provide weaker security. Next one is network latency issue. Here this is basically means it can cause performance issue with the amount of data being transferred over the internet. Next one is lack of investment. uh, Although a great cost saving method by reducing the need of invest upfront and renting the service from an outside provider also means that there is a little capital gain, but having item residing in in-house such as servers and network equipment can pay off in the long run as assets and tax advantages. So in this case we can say that it provides lack of investment disadvantage. Now moving ahead with the next one, which is private cloud. Basically, private cloud is a cloud infrastructure which is dedicated to a particular organization. Okay, and it allows business to host application in the cloud while addressing concern regarding data security and control, which is often lacking in public cloud environment. Okay, so here you in this diagram you can see that how private cloud is managed. Here it is represented into two ways. The first one is on premise of private cloud, and in the second one case is represented here as externally hosted private cloud. So here in this first one diagram on premise of private cloud, so this type of cloud is hosted within an organization owned facility. Like if we take the real example of our college, then our college is just providing the facility of MIS. Okay, so this MIS facility is generally organized and maintained by wholesale responsibility of using and accessing by the employees of ITMs or student of ITM. So we can say that it is basically provide the services within the premise of our college. So this is the example of private cloud. Okay, and whenever we talk about externally hosted private cloud, here in this case the externally hosted private clouds are exclusively used by one organization but are hosted by a third party specializing in cloud infrastructure, and the service provider facilitate an exclusive cloud environment with full guarantee of privacy. So basically we can say that this format is recommended for organizations that prefer not to use public cloud infrastructure due to the risk associated with the sharing of physical resources. Okay, now moving ahead with the advantage and disadvantage of private cloud. So here the private cloud is just use the method of greater control. Means what? Here due to the fact that the hardware is on-site, organization have more control over their data, and the organization is in the charge of monitoring and maintaining the data giving them complete oversight of their data. So in this way, this is just handling all the control by own self. That's why we are just saying that it provides a greater controlling facility. Now, more secure, as generally this particular facility is also filled by specific one. That means we can also understand this thing that our own thing, our own security features is provided us more secure environment. Okay, like, because private cloud services are dedicated to a single organization, the hardware, data storage, and network can be assigned and designed to assure high levels of security that cannot be accessed by other clients in the same data center. So clearly we can say that it provides a more secure environment in the comparison of public cloud service. Next one is performance is better. Actually, it provides a high performance. That's why we are taking this point in the form of performance is better. Means here the private cloud is deployed inside the firewall on an organizational intranet, meaning that the transfer rates are dramatically increased versus using the internet. That's why here no worry of slow page access times that may happen with using a public cloud services. Next one is deeper compliance. Here the means is that the public cloud service deployment is generally used all time, always, everywhere. But whenever we talk about the private cloud, then because of the hardware, storage, network configuration is dedicated to a single client, compliance data is much easier to attain. That's why we can say that here it provides a deeper compliance facility. Next is customizable. As here the hardware performance and storage performance can be specified and customized in the private cloud, since it is owned by the company. That means we are just providing the customizing facility. Okay, and whenever we talk about the disadvantage, then it provide higher cost. Means it private cloud services are in general more expensive than public ones because they require both hardware and maintenance personally. And to build a private cloud service, an organization needs to invest in hardware or use already existing system, whereas a public cloud services all handled offsite. Okay, next one is need on-site IT maintenance. The means is what? Since the private cloud is hosted at the company side, okay, but the organization needs to provide adequate power, cooling, and general maintenance, and the host organization also runs the risk of data loss because due to the physical damage of the unit, fire, water damage, etc. So here, if a company has multiple data centers with each data center having a private cloud, then the on-site maintenance and the associated cost go up significantly. Next one is capacity ceiling. Basically, there will always be a capacity ceiling due to the limitation of physical hardware in the organization data centers. Okay, now moving ahead. Next one is hybrid cloud. Here in this diagram you can see the cloud infrastructure, which is a composition of two or more distinct cloud infrastructure. Like here we are also using private cloud and public cloud. That means whenever we talk about the hybrid cloud, then it is uses both the facilities of private cloud as well as public cloud. Okay, and here private, community, or public cloud that remains unique entities but are bound together by a standardization or proprietary technology that enables data and application portability in the form of cloud bursting for load balancing between clouds. That's why we are combining the whole best features of these clouds and taking as a one in the form of hybrid cloud. So basically we can say that the hybrid clouds are a composition of two or more clouds, either it private or public or community, that remains unique entities but are bound together, offering the advantages of multiple deployment model. Okay, so here whenever we need to use the best feature of private cloud, then we can use by using this creature, and whenever we want to access the best features of public cloud, then we can also use these feature by providing as a public. Now, advantage of hybrid cloud. So here it provides quick access. The means is what? As it uses the best of both worlds like public and private cloud computing, that's why it provides a quick access to information and application wherever needed for public services, while ensuring the required security and availability to data for private cloud services. And whenever we talk about the second advantage, which is concerned with innovative ideas, so here innovative ideas and new technologies are rapidly emerging in the direction of hybrid hybrid cloud computing. Okay, next one is raise the comfort level. Means here the hybrid cloud can be used to provide features where we face some relaxation from management, and it can help raise the comfort level of those individuals with little or no experience with the cloud. And the application here is used to allow the company to store data locally while utilizing analytical processing in the cloud. Okay, and the next one is replacement of existing IT infrastructure. Basically, hybrid cloud do not require complete replacement of existing IT infrastructure, but the building of a private cloud can require months of effort from a company's IT department with a significant investment of both time and money. Okay, now moving ahead with the disadvantage. So here it is the first disadvantage is security management is tough. Okay, means here the security processing and storage between private and public cloud instances can be a technological challenging in today's environment. Okay, now high cost. Here it could cost more than either the private or public cloud computing options, which considering the technology and skills required. And the next one is complex SLAs. Basically, here the major complications with hybrid cloud arises from poorly constructed SLAs, because we need to have detailed SLAs which is drawn from both our public and private cloud provider to ensure that they can meet our expectation. And at the same time we also need to have a realistic approach towards distribution of workload, and it looks for potential integration issues that can be disrupt services. And here the question arises in your mind that what is the means of SLA. So here I want to mention that the full form of SLA is service level agreement, and it is just a commitment between a service provider and a client, and particular aspects of the service quality, availability and responsibilities are agreed between the service provided and the service user by using this service level agreement or SLA. Okay, now moving ahead with the another one. The next is community cloud. Here you can see in this diagram that how the community cloud is maintained. So here it is generally used for dedicated community user, either it is in the form of enterprise or some specific entities like users, some specific organization. Okay, so basically the means is that The cloud infrastructure here is provision for exclusive use by a specific community of consumers from organizations that have shared concern. For example, like if we are using community cloud for mission, for some security breaches requirement, and for making some specific types of policy and compliance, then we need to develop a community cloud, and we want to access and offer the services in the form of specific community. So it may be owned, managed and operated by one or more of the organizations in the community and a third party or some combination of them. So we can say that a community cloud serves a group of cloud consumers which have a shared concern, and then it provides the facility for whole the participant who just belonging to that particular community. Here I have to mention that about community cloud, that here the community cloud are just hybrid form of private cloud which built and operated specifically for a targeted group, and these communities have similar cloud requirements, and their ultimate goals is to work together to achieve their business objective. So basically, the goal of community cloud is to have participating organizations realize the benefits of public cloud with the added label of privacy, security, and policy compliance, which is usually associated with a private cloud. Okay, so here the advantage of using community cloud is just cost saving and shared resources. The means here is that whenever we talk about cost saving, then instead of selling the tin required to build cloud infrastructure, the channel can make a far higher margin and recurring revenues stream by offering customer a range of tailored cloud services from experienced providers. So in this way we can say that here we are just save our cost. And shared resources, the shared resources model has been going for a while within a local councils and public sector organization, so it is not surprising to hear how this approach has now been extended to cloud computing. Okay, and whenever we talk about the disadvantage, then the first one is security issue. Here, the cloud may be managed by the organization or a third party and may exist on the premise or off premise. Despite outsourcing cloud infrastructure being more technically demanding due to the distributing computing causing latency and security issues, and this is becoming the preferred model for the channel, particularly for public sector contracts. And it also provided slow speed, means here the community cloud services are based on internet connections, and meaning the data transfer rate is limited to that of the internet service provider. And if an community is storing and transferring large amount of data and needs, then public cloud service may not be the best bet. So in this way it is just providing the slow speed architecture. Okay, now moving ahead, key properties of cloud computing. Here these basically property used by cloud computing is just represent a specific formation in the context of cloud computing is user centric. Here once as a user, if we are connected to the cloud, then whatever is stored here in the form of document, messages, images, sometime applications, whatever becomes ours. So it is not providing the data, but it also shares some specific thing, and we can use easily with cloud computing functionality. Next, it is task centric, means instead of focusing on the application and what it can do, the main focus is on what you need done and how the application can do it for you, so that we can say that it is just task centric. Cloud technique is powerful. Here connecting hundreds or thousands of computers together in a cloud creates a wealth of computing power which is impossible with a single desktop PC. And the next one is cloud methodology is accessible. So here, because data is stored in the cloud, users can instantly retrieve more information from multiple repositories so that it can be used and accessible from anywhere. Then cloud methodology is intelligent, means with all the various data stored on the computers in a cloud, data mining and analysis are necessary to access that information in an intelligent manner. And finally, cloud computing is programmable, means many of the tasks necessary with cloud computing must be automated. For example, to protect the integrity of the data, information stored on a single computer in the cloud, this must be replicated on the other computer in the cloud. And if that one computer goes offline, the cloud's programming automatically redistributed that computer's data to a new computer in the cloud. So in this way, we are just defining the whole properties of cloud computing. And this is the assignment which is based on today's video lecture. So you just understand that what is the actually means of this assignment. Here you have to compare public, private, hybrid or community clouds on the basis of some real life example. You have to compare these clouds on the basis of some real life example, like as I already mentioned, Amazon Web Services, Google services, and Hadoop, which is very important cloud service. So just learn in deep about these services, and then create some analysis features and factors, and then we will discuss in my webinar that what you have learned from this particular comparison. Okay. And here learning outcomes. So after watching my today's video lecture, you all will able to learn about the deployment method, various types of cloud, and the difference between these clouds, and also the advantage and disadvantage of various types of cloud. And in my coming video, we will discuss about more on cloud computing in the form of historical development and some other aspects. Okay. And these are the shallow points, and here are the reference used, in which the first one is Mastering Cloud Computing, then Cloud Computing, a practical approach, and the Cloud Computing by Swinsky. Thank you so much to all of you.